Latvia, a small Baltic nation nestled on the eastern shores of the Baltic Sea, boasts a rich history marked by both vibrant cultural expression and periods of profound hardship. From its ancient origins as a land of seafarers and traders, Latvia emerged in the 20th century as an independent nation, only to see its sovereignty brutally extinguished by the encroaching forces of totalitarian regimes. This essay will delve into the tragic chapter of Latvia's occupation, exploring the devastating impact of Soviet and Nazi rule, the recent resurgence of Russian aggression, and the ongoing struggle to preserve the memory of this dark period. Latvia's strategic location at the crossroads of East and West has long made it a target of larger, more powerful neighbors. Throughout its history, Latvia has endured waves of foreign domination, each leaving an indelible mark on the nation's psyche. The 20th century proved to be a particularly tumultuous period for Latvia, as the country found itself caught in the grip of two of the most brutal totalitarian regimes in human history, the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany. The story of Latvia's occupation is not merely a historical footnote, it is a stark reminder of the fragility of freedom and the enduring human cost of tyranny. By understanding the events of the past, we can better appreciate the challenges Latvia faces today as it navigates a complex geopolitical landscape and strives to safeguard its hard-won independence. The year 1939 marked a turning point in European history, as the signing of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union plunged the continent into the abyss of World War II. This infamous pact, named after the foreign ministers of the two totalitarian powers, was a cynical exercise in power politics that had devastating consequences for Latvia and its Baltic neighbors. The pact, signed on August 23, 1939, included a secret protocol that effectively divided Eastern Europe into spheres of influence, with Latvia falling under Soviet control. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact shattered any illusions of peace and security in the region, as it became clear that Latvia's independence, hard-won just 2 decades earlier, was in grave jeopardy. The pact emboldened Stalin to pursue his expansionist ambitions in the Baltic region, paving the way for the forcible annexation of Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia into the Soviet Union. With the stroke of a pen, the fate of millions of people was sealed, and a long period of oppression and suffering was set in motion. In June 1940, barely a year after the signing of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, the Soviet Union, under the pretext of protecting Latvia from external threats, sent its troops into the country, effectively ending Latvia's independence. The Soviet occupation brought with it a reign of terror and oppression, as the NKVD, the Soviet secret police, unleashed a wave of arrests, deportations, and executions, targeting anyone deemed a threat to Soviet rule. Thousands of Latvians, including intellectuals, political leaders and ordinary citizens, were rounded up and sent to gulags, the notorious Soviet forced labor camps where many perished under inhumane conditions. The Nazi invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941 brought a brief respite from Soviet rule, but it was a reprieve that came at a terrible cost. The Nazis, who viewed Latvians and other Baltic peoples as racially inferior, subjected the country to a brutal occupation marked by mass killings, forced labor, and the Holocaust. Latvia's Jewish community, which had flourished for centuries, was almost entirely wiped out by the Nazis and their collaborators, a chilling reminder of the horrors of genocide. Section 4, Shadows of the Past, the resurgence of Russian aggression. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked the end of decades of occupation for Latvia as the country finally regained its long-lost independence. However, the legacy of occupation cast a long shadow, and the threat of Russian aggression never truly disappeared. In recent years, Russia, under the leadership of Vladimir Putin, has become increasingly assertive on the world stage, seeking to reassert its dominance over its former Soviet neighbors. Latvia, along with its Baltic neighbors, has once again found itself in the Kremlin's crosshairs. Since the Russian annexation of Crimea in 2014 and its ongoing war in Ukraine, Latvia has faced a growing number of provocations and threats from Russia, ranging from cyber attacks and disinformation campaigns to military exercises near its borders. These actions, coupled with Putin's rhetoric that questions the legitimacy of Latvia's independence, have raised serious concerns about Russia's intentions in the region. Latvia has responded by strengthening its defenses, deepening its cooperation with NATO allies, and bolstering its resilience against hybrid threats. Section 5. A museum under attack, targeting memory and truth. The Museum of the Occupation of Latvia, located in the heart of Riga, stands as a powerful symbol of the country's struggle for freedom and a poignant reminder of the horrors of totalitarian regimes. The museum, which opened its doors in 1993, has played a vital role in educating both Latvians and international visitors about the country's occupation history, preserving the memory of the victims, and promoting a deeper understanding of the importance of human rights and democracy. In recent years, the Museum of the Occupation has become a target of attacks, both physical and symbolic, highlighting the ongoing struggle to control the narrative about Latvia's past. In 2023, the museum's exterior was vandalized, and in 2024, a Molotov cocktail attack damaged the director's office. These attacks, while condemned by Latvian authorities and international organizations, are deeply concerning, as they represent an attempt to silence dissenting voices and erase the memory of the crimes committed during the occupation.